Hello, this is a little bit of a random one. I wasn't planning on making this video because I wasn't planning on spending any money. You know how it goes, right? Gaming addictions. You need to seek help. So this week I'm going along my business, and I'm thinking about all the wonderful things I'm going to start doing. And fan of the channel, Get Retro, he sends the bat signal, as it were. He lit the bat signal up, and he sent me a message of something that he saw on Facebook. I'll copy that in now, so you can see that Vintage Gamer in Hales Owen, who's a friend of the channel. I've done a few gaming tours videos, gaming shop tour videos down there in the past, and I highly recommend it. And Nick posted on Facebook that he's come across a large collection, of which there were multiple goodies in there which were worth checking out for superfans and collectors. So me and Get Retro, we made a plan that we would together go down on the weekend to see what he had. Get Retro was well up for this. He's like, yes, we should definitely do that. I said, alright, great, I'll see you on Saturday. And then next thing I know, probably within half an hour, this idiot sends me photos and videos of stuff that he saw when he was down there, and he knows what I'm after, right? So he knew the things that I was looking for in particular, so he thought he'd have a nice little joke at himself, you know, for shits and giggles, saying that some of the games I was after were there, but they'd already been taken up. And I was like, oh damn it, I missed it. But then he was like, just kidding, hilarious, they're actually there, these games, and I've put them aside for you. I'm like, okay, fantastic. So then again I said to him, alright, well, what we'll do then, so this is on Wednesday I think, and then so I said to him, what we'll do then is on Friday after work is we'll go down. And he said, yeah, okay, cool. So again, we made another plan, the two of us would go down on Friday. So lo and behold, obviously on Thursday he sends me another call telling me that he's there because he had to be conveniently in the area. So he's picking up some of the games, he's picking up loads of stuff for himself, and if the price is right, does he want me to get some of the games that I was after? And it transpired that the price was right, so he did in fact pick up a shed load of games for himself and for me. But obviously, well, now I owed him, and he had some games on my behalf, but obviously I still wanted to go down. So I went down. First I went to go see Get Retro in his humble abode. It's a real dump, guys, bloody hell, I need to do something about it. And yeah, I went down there, went and had a look at his pickups and to grab my games. And then from there, the two of us, we went to Vintage Gamer to see the full range of what he had, and obviously to try and tempt me to buy some extra bits and pieces. So what I think we'll do is, because he's being extremely camera shy for some reason, check this out. Right, I asked him, why don't you want to be on camera, what's wrong with you? And he said, funnily enough, that the authorities were after him. I was like, what? What's happened here? What are the authorities after you for? And his response was,
tax evasion.
Interpol, guys, what can you say? A thorn in one side. Don't mess around with HMRC. So yeah, I think best thing is I'll show you his pickups first, because I think they are worth looking at. I won't discuss how much he got them for, because I guess that's between Nick and himself. First up, this crisp Legend of Zelda, must have for all Nintendo fans, I guess, on the NES. Beautiful copy. Following that up, you gotta have the sequel, right? Adventures of Link, again crisp. Super Castlevania 4, you guys know I love this game. Good condition, silver box, looks beautiful. Turtles, Tournament Fighters, again, SNES Classic silver box. This was nice and clean as well, beautiful. Secret of Mana. Surprised Get Retro even knows about this one, but you know. Randomly, he's after Power Rangers.
No idea why, he's never spoken about it before, but good game. Wario Land on the Game Boy. Beautiful box on this, you can see super crisp, great condition, beautiful artwork. Pretty cool. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins again, great condition, absolutely crisp and mint. Beautiful artwork and great game. Haha, there he is. Earthbound, this git. The Earthbound cart. Obviously US only, everybody knows that. The label is in crisp condition, look at that. And yeah, they open it up just to see, to make sure that it was legit, and legit it was.
Yeah, so my 2 pickups that Get Retro picked up for me on my behalf, I think is quite fitting given the videos that I've done recently. You'll know. The first one is The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the SNES. Again, Konami, yeah. The condition of this, I'm not going to take it out of the box. The condition of this isn't great. You can see that the edges are all pretty worn on both sides. There's no like clear and obvious damage, but it's just a consequence of the damages on the corner. I would mark this down as good condition because all the tabs are there. There's no like ink or anything on any of them, no sellotape, no ink. There's a little bit of a tear in that corner, which is a shame, but it is complete. It does have the manual, which you remember Sparkster didn't have, and for a rare game like this, having the manual is a big deal. I think you're not going to come across loose manuals for Konami's Batman and Robin, Adventures of Batman and Robin that often, so in general I'm very glad to add this to the collection. Again, I won't disclose the price of this because I think first of all, I didn't make the deal, Get Retro made the deal. He did a very good price for it, I think, and I'm very pleased with how much it was. And yeah, to add this massive heavy hitter to the Konami collection, to me, I'm extremely satisfied. That's essentially 2 Konami mega hits in 2 months, which leaves me with Pop and Twinbee Rainbow Bell Adventures, which he had the loose card for, and also the heavier hitter Biker Mice on Mars. So Biker Mice on Mars is the one I'm going to concentrate on next. I think we definitely need to knock that one off, but it'll probably be next month. And then you notice I didn't say one other game. The other game that he picked up for me on my behalf, loose, is Vampire Kiss. Dracula X, I think it's stateside. PAL is Vampire Kiss. You see, this is the purple one. This is the one that goes for crazy money. Randomly, there is actually one available in Germany at the moment for 600 quid. Maybe I showed that last month. Usually they're going for over £1,000 boxed, complete. So this one again, I don't think I'm ever going to buy the box version of this game. I know it's part of the Konami set, so it's kind of what I said I would do, but it's just too much. And so to pick this up for a fraction of what the box price goes for, I'm quite happy. In my opinion, that kind of works. It's not cheating, if I say so. But I'll get a repro box. I saw that there's repro boxes available for this for like a tenner from France and places. So I'll get repro box. I'll know that there's the original cart inside. To me, that's good enough. I'm happy with that. So yeah, Get Retro hooked me up with 2 massive games that I was after for the collection at a really good price. Really good price. I can't argue with, and I'm really happy. In all fairness, yeah, really did make my week getting those 2 sorted on behalf by Get Retro. So you done well, Robin. Well done. Okay, so shall we cut to the footage of when we went down on Saturday morning, so you can see the madness and all the different crazy stuff that he had.
hollow magneton from the first edition.
Yeah. I've still seen that.
It's a terrible version of Theme Park, that is.
It's hard.
No, the PS1 version's the best than the PC one.
PC one, that's one.
PC.
What three games look for? I always look for when I go in here on the PS1.
Oh, you undone it. Yeah, you undone it.
Because I only live next door. I'll just make.
Do you know, are these ones accounted for or has somebody already taken them?
Okay,
I
so what I'd
believe,
advise is when you go back, just
they're
unplug it,
free
open
agents.
it, take the power,
take the.
and then we can't, when we're doing that, it should come on here.
I'll find something to do.
Basically, Xbox is next door,
Yeah.
so we think it's doing that maybe. Data cable. You could even test one of ours up there and see if that one comes on or
I was going to say, I don't know if you're switching on my Xbox, because obviously, because I live right next door, my bedroom is on the other side of that wall. So I don't know if you're switching it on and it's turning it on there.
Weird question. You got a couple of long evolution pencil.
No. For you?
No,
Oh, well, we definitely got part only.
There's Rainbow Bell Adventures. That's the fucker. Double Dragon. Oh, you know, the expensive ones are going to be mixes. Fireman. Another Mario RPG. Lagoon. Another big one. Justice League.
Otherwise,
that's
it's
fine, yeah. Is the old one in there as well?
the old one is not
And that's just.
Sorry?
So let's just jump.
I sing
Some leaves, rare gems,
Holy Magic. I don't want to get that out. Mega Man here. So, I don't even know what this is. Days Before Christmas. Sunsoft.
Oh,
Yeah, you can go in there.
you can go in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Carry on.
okay, brilliant.
There's some more obscure games. That's where you probably find Overboard and Vigilant. So sorry about the mess.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Okay.
Crazy mess, but it's a mess.
I'll have a look here first and I'll work
That's
my
kind
way
of mess.
No, I know. It's just an incredible job. Quick check through this 1 minute. And you miss your notes and you've got that for you check down. Last thing you want to do is buy a game of Crazy Taxi. Just pop me back when you're done.
These are in part.
Oh,
That's the only thing I'm not sure of.
I'm unsure.
Let me see what it was. Zoom down.
I have just
Go.
no,
So what did you guys think? It's pretty incredible, right? First of all, in general, in the cabinets and on the walls, he had some really cool stock. There's an interesting story. You saw Symphony of the Night on the PS1. That's another Castlevania game that I was looking to fork out big on. And when I saw it, I turned to Nick and I said, Nick, how much do you want for that? And his response was, Nick, if you're watching, you know it. His response was, TJ, it's not for sale. I want that in my personal collection of PS1. And I couldn't argue with that. I thought he probably got a good price on it. It's one definitely worth keeping in the collection. Fair play. Half an hour later, some dude rocks in. He takes one look and he goes, "Oh mate, how much are you selling that for?" And then Nick says, "I've got that, and I've got Castlevania Chronicles, which I didn't know anything about, in the back as well. So I'm willing to let them both go for the right price." And I'm looking up, and we were doing in the middle of a deal at this moment. And I look up, I'm like, "Nick, what the hell?" And he goes off with the other dude, and he makes a pretty good deal for the two. And he came back, and I'm like, "Nick, I wanted Symphony of the Night. He said it's not for sale." And he was like, "Yeah, well, he wanted both. I was happy to sell them both because that means I didn't have any of them in my collection." And in all fairness, he sold it more than I wanted to pay anyway. So just one of those things. It's interesting. It's a good story to tell. you also saw the Vectrex. Apparently that was there with all the gear that we just completely skipped over. I didn't see it, Get Retro didn't see it, but it was there. And some other dude came in and he saw it, and you saw it. It's awesome, right? It's a little CRT thing with a sticker they put over the screen. It was making awesome sounds. It's a great piece of kit there. You never see those. I've never seen one before. So that was cool. And then yeah, just the range of loose carts that were there in the collection. I don't know if you saw them. There were some great games. Turtles in Time. So many great games that were, you know, just loose that I already had. I'm like, why? I don't want to buy another Turtles in Time or Mario RPG. He had Pocky and Rocky, the loose cart, number 2. I don't know if you saw it though, it was in pretty battered condition, so I don't know if that's your thing and you just want the cart only, head down there and grab it. It's worth picking up. But yeah, I found a lot of items that I was after, that I thought these might be interesting, but I didn't want to spend that much money. I'll say that I only in my budget that I went over with there was a relatively small number, but upon seeing some of these absolute hits, because I didn't spend that much in December, well, that's what I told myself anyway, because I didn't spend that much money in December, I decided, you know, I'm going to push the boat out a little bit and let loose. So let's go in order of cheapest to most expensive, and I will disclose the prices on these because I made the deal. So I picked up these two, a Ryu amiibo. Look at that bad man. Love Ryu, love Street Fighter, love amiibos. And I picked up this guy. Initially I was hoping it was Resident Evil, this little zombie bobblehead, but it's not. It's Walking Dead. It says RV Walker. It's probably from something that happened in series 1, I can't remember, but he's a pretty cool looking zombie. I do like this stuff. I've got like a display upstairs in my office where I've got all these sort of figures, and then in general I've cooled down on amiibos, but yeah, I thought, yeah, I'll take that. He said this goes for 20 to 25, and then this one can't really put a value on, but he sold me both of these for 15, so winner winner. Next one, let's go this little SNES beauty. It's a game which you don't see that often. I've never seen one before myself out in the wild, so I thought I will at least inquire. I had a look on eBay and the going price was around £60-70. This one's pretty battered. It is Daffy Duck and the Marvin Missions. So Sunsoft game. Looking in the back, well, obviously you'll see the footage. It is a side-scrolling platform game. Typical 16-bit platformer, guys. You run around, beat the baddies, and apparently it says 20 levels. That's pretty good. The issue with this one is, you can see, nearly focus, the condition isn't great. There's obviously the cell tape, which, as you know, I'll have a go at taking off, but there's a tear in there, and on the back it's torn there as well. The edges are all, you know, roughed up, so it's not, this is in like acceptable condition, I will call it. It is acceptable, it's not good. So based on that, Nick was like, it's a really rare game. I don't think it's really rare, but it's definitely uncommon, and complete in box, 40 quid. But yeah, okay, I didn't want to leave that behind. So 40 quid, Daffy Duck and Marvin Missions, uncommon game, happy to add that. Next we've got a Zelda game, which I didn't own, which is rare in itself, for the Game Boy, and that is Oracle of Seasons. I have to check which one it is. Oracle of Seasons on the Game Boy Color. I don't know if you guys are aware, there's should we edit that out? I don't know. There's the Oracle of Ages on the Game Boy Color, and its partner sister game is Oracle of Seasons. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the first time Nintendo subconned a mainline Zelda game out to another developer, and I think it's Capcom. I think Capcom did these in for the Game Boy Color. So yeah, so obviously on the back it looks very much like Link's Awakening, the style and the graphics. I'm pretty sure the cool thing about these are, like I said, they're brother and sister games. You finished one and you can enter a code or something in the other one, and the two work together. They do something. I mean, I'm not gonna play both of them. Let's be real. Even though they're highly regarded as really good games, something like that. They work together, which is a pretty cool concept. This one, obviously, you can see there. Unfortunately, it has got that damage to the front, but then, for some reasons, more significantly, it is an Australian game, and it doesn't have the manual, so it's not complete neither. So it's an Aussie game. I mean, even the cart is pretty messed up. Come on, focus. You see that? The cart's pretty messed up. So in Australia, clearly, they left this inside the cart, inside the Game Boy, and probably left it in the sun, and it's faded off. So all in all, it's not a really good example of this. However, it was 40 quid, which is significantly less than what a normal version. I think it's less than half price. And for me, I'm gonna put it on display along with the other Game Boy games when I do my room update. I can look past all those things for what it is. I'm not too fussed. So yeah, happy to add that to the collection for £40. Next, I'll tell you another story about this game. I saw this the very first time I went to Old School Gaming in Brierley Hill. The very first time. However, it wasn't really that high on my list or radar at that point, because there are other games which were much more important to me at the time. So I didn't get it, and he was asking for 30 or 35. And I've ended up paying double that. I paid £60, and that is for Castlevania on the N64. So you can see there's a Castlevania theme here, Konami Castlevania. For those in the know, this is the first of 2 Castlevania games on the N64, and I think it's the first time that they went 3D. I think there's only a few more 3D games before they've binned off the 3D look. So yeah, Castlevania, obviously, typically it's always been a 2D Metroidvania style, but yeah, they went 3D for the N64. And this one, you can see it's in excellent condition, super sharp. There's no damage. Do you know what I mean? You might even go as far as saying it's mint. I might say it's mint. Don't say that that often. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic, complete with the manual. I don't really want to take it all out because of the damage to the tabs. So yeah, because of the condition, just because of the condition, and I know £60 is like the going rate for it, I pulled the trigger. I thought, yeah, when you do bundle deals with Nick, you hope to get a little bit extra. I thought 60 quid and I might get a little bit extra off. I was really happy with that. So Castlevania on the N64. The other game is called Legacy of Darkness. That's a much more lesser known. Didn't sell as much, and the price of that is well over 150, 170, 180. So I'm not going to bother with that one. Not too fussed. Castlevania on the N64. Have to add that. But the heavy hitter, if the first two weren't heavy hitters, the heavy hitters that I picked up, best left for last. Now, Nick said that somebody else might be interested in these, but I was willing to purchase it there and then, and therefore he was okay with letting me have it. And you guys are aware I've been collecting the SNES RPGs, even though I don't play RPGs on the SNES. They're the most expensive games, and yet I've got a decent collection and I haven't played any of them. There's a video coming up about that. But I've known about this game for a while, simply because its name sounds similar to another game, and that is Soul Blazer, made by the Enix, which now you'll know is part of the conglomeration Square Enix, but they weren't previously. So Soul Blazer is another one of those classic SNES 16-bit era RPGs. Never played it, never will. It looks like an action RPG, so it looks more like Zelda and Secret of Mana than a Final Fantasy one. But unfortunately, it's missing the manual. It has got some of the other paraphernalia, including a little warranty card, which is quite nice. Soul Blazer warranty card with Square, with Enix, sorry, look at that. That's pretty cool. So that's a nice addition. And the manual is really clean, so again that's nice to add. And then the cool thing of Games in America, it's got this little card end protector, and the label you can see is Uber Gloss. So Uber Gloss, pins look fantastic, really expensive game. I will open it up just to make sure. Really expensive game. I've been asked for a really long time. So yeah, really glad to add this to the collection. Again, he did me a really good price on this. Maybe, I don't think I'm gonna disclose, but yeah, got a really good price on this. So that kind of spurred me on to do the big purchase. I thought if Nick's gonna give me a good price, I'll buy a few things and make it a good deal for him. But yeah, overall, massive, massive. Probably, is it right saying massive? But went over the top this weekend in Vintage Gamer. Came away with something that I really, really was after, and something which I'd never expected to own because of how expensive it was. But really happy with those two purchases. For Nick did say give it a few weeks when things will quieten down, and then head back and see what other stuff he's got. Maybe do some other deals and stuff. May do that in a few weeks, Nick, if you're watching. But yeah, if you haven't been recently and you want some decent games that you don't see that often, I highly recommend it. I've done it before in the past. Go to Vintage Gamer and yeah, tell them Retro Roy sent you. He'll probably put the price up. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Get retro if you're still watching. Screw you, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.
Only seen one.